beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and today we're going to do a battle of the skin tints. I recently tried this new skin tint from Makeup Forever in a trying new makeup video. This is the Super Boost Perfecting Moisture Boosting Skin Tint. In that video where I tried this for the first time, I made mention of my absolute favorite skin tint. This is the Yummy Skin from Danessa Myricks. So I thought I should put these to the test side by side. I want to get a sense of the coverage and the feel, and I just want to wear these side by side and see if you can even tell a difference. Mostly I just want to satisfy my own curiosity. We're also going to do a price breakdown, shade breakdown, and just see how similar or different these two skin tints are. Before I apply anything, I just want to show you a close-up look at my face with no makeup on. That way you can get a sense for the starting point. And then I will, of course, apply some sunscreen because I wear sunscreen every day and I encourage you to do the same. This is one of my current favorites. Actually, this one's almost gone, but I do have another one of these in my bathroom. This is my current favorite daily sunscreen. It's from It Cosmetics. This is the Hello Sunshine Invisible Hydrating Serum Sunscreen SPF 50. I wear this pretty much every day. So this will be my primer. But first, let's just take a close-up look at my no product, just post-morning skincare skin. Before I apply my SPF, I'm just bringing you this extreme close-up of my unfiltered skin to remind you that real skin has variation in colors and textures. You will have translucent parts of your skin where your veins show through. You will have redness and bumps and lumps and wrinkles and crinkles, and that is totally normal. People do not look like filters. Social media images are altered. They are not real. Your skin is perfectly fine, I promise you, no matter what state it's in, as long as you are being healthy, taking care of yourself. That's all you need to worry about. Don't try to look like a blurry newborn baby skinned filter. It's fruitless. Just put on your SPF and join me in saying this is propaganda we are not falling for. Okay, soapbox is retired now. Just one last reminder to reapply your SPF as needed, even if it's not too sunny. Make sure you put it on your ears. All right, let's talk about skin tints. Both the Super Boost and Yummy Skin tints come in a squeezy tube type packaging. So they have a similar dispenser here. They both are dispensing product by squeezing the tube. However, the tube shapes are quite different. The Makeup Forever version is more long and cylindrical. Yummy Skin is more of that flat squeezy tube, but they both work in the same way. I use shade 2 in both of these formulas, and you can see that the tone is similar, but the undertone is quite different. Super Boost is a lot more peachy, whereas Yummy Skin is a lot more neutral. And this does make sense based on the descriptions. However, I do still think that this Makeup Forever tint shade is the one for me. There is only one lighter shade in the Super Boost tint. Shade 1 is described as very fair with a neutral undertone, and shade 2 is fair skin with warm undertones. So I think tone-wise, shade 1 might be a little bit better match for me, but I do think that it's a little bit too light and it would leave me looking really washed out, especially here we are in the summer months, at least in my hemisphere. The Yummy Skin shade 2 is fair with neutral undertones, so just the depth and undertone match me better. And the Yummy Skin line is interesting because they added some half-step shades. So shade 2 is actually the third lightest shade because there is a 1 and a 1.5. Since we're talking about shade availability, let's just talk about the entire lines. Super Boost Skin Tint comes in 18 shades. It is available in a few more retailers than the Yummy Skin Tint. You can find it on the Makeup Forever site, on Sephora, Macy's, Kohl's. The Super Boost Skin Tint is listed as $36 US, and you get 1 fluid ounce. Now, the Danessa Myricks comes in 20 shades, so there are a couple of extra options, but it's available from fewer websites, at least based on my initial search. You can find it on the Danessa Myricks site, from Sephora, and at Cult Beauty. When it comes down to bang for your buck, price per ounce, the Danessa Myricks tint is a significantly better value. The Super Boost skin tint is $36 per fluid ounce, whereas the Danessa Myricks tint is $23 per ounce because for the same retail price, each of these skin tints are $36 each. You get a lot more product in the Yummy Skin Tint. It's 1.58 ounces. So you get a better price per ounce value. And that's even further boosted when you see this side by side application because I definitely needed a lot more product from the Super Boost tint to get a similar coverage. You can see it's quite obvious here that just more of my redness on my cheeks and nose are showing through with one coat, one layer of the Super Boost. Now, I will say I was able to layer it up easily. It did build up on itself as it promised, and I was able to get pretty similar results, in my opinion. To keep this comparison side by side as fair as possible, I used the same foundation brush, like two different versions, two different brushes of the exact same brush. So I have a travel size and a full size of the BK Beauty 101 brush, which is my absolute go-to. It's what I use for all of my base products. So that is just a reduced variable. I didn't want to blend in with a different brush or do a sponge on one side or anything. So this is obviously not a perfect scientific method, but I am trying to be as fair as possible. And I will say that it was just less work for me with the Yummy Skin Tint side because I didn't have to go back and layer up. I got a nice, even, perfect coverage on one layer. I think I'm going to just wear test these skin tints side by themselves with no concealer, powder, even like color cosmetic makeup on top, and just see after an hour or two how the two sides look and if they have worn any differently. Then I'll do some concealer and blush and stuff, and then we'll get to test how other makeup goes on top of both of these as well. So I'll see you back here in a couple hours. Okay, I'm back. It's been a little over 2 hours since I applied these skin tints. When I look very close up, I can see a couple things that I want to point out to you. So, first of all, one thing that I notice is, see how I have these wrinkles on my forehead over my eyebrows? I noticed that on the Makeup Forever side, I have gotten some buildup of the skin tint in my forehead wrinkles, which is a very common occurrence for me, but I do not have the same such buildup on the Danessa Myricks side. And similarly, I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, but I kind of have the same thing happening a little bit in my like crinkles around my eye here. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but it is happening a little bit in this region here too. And I am not experiencing the same thing on this side. Now, in all fairness, I didn't set this with any powder, so perhaps if I had done my full makeup routine, concealer and setting powder and all that stuff, this would have been prevented on the Makeup Forever side, but I decided to just remove those variables and see what would happen. And I do feel like the Danessa Myricks side is wearing better overall. I also think that my skin just is a little bit more evened out. There's just slightly more coverage on this side. And honestly, I think that this side had more redness to begin with. I'm gonna do some concealer and some setting powder and see how that goes. I'm sure that you've noticed by now, I always reach for this Salt New York Best Case Concealer. I wear it, I would say 75% of the time that I'm wearing makeup, I'm using this as my concealer. I love the coverage. I love the texture. I love the portability of the little case. I love everything about this. I love the way it wears. And if you are somebody who likes a lighter coverage base product like I do. I love a skin tint, a tinted moisturizer, a tinted sunscreen as my base product. This concealer works so well with coverage like that because it blends in very seamlessly. So I just can't recommend this concealer enough. I'm assuming that you've watched more than 10 minutes of this YouTube video, so you may very well be the exact type of person like me that loves this more skin tint type of coverage. Ultimately, I feel like these have a very similar performance. I do prefer the Danessa Myricks version just a little bit more. I feel like it gave me slightly more coverage. It wears a little bit better on my particular skin type. I think these are both really nice. I'd be happy to use this Super Boost. And perhaps it's because this Danessa Myricks skin tint has been a favorite of mine for so long that I just feel a strong sense of loyalty to it. But ultimately, for the price, for the performance, I do think that the Yummy Skin Tint wins out, at least for me. It's pretty close though, and this is not too shabby at all, especially if this is the type of skin coverage product that you like. It's definitely what I like. I can't say that this one's not good. I just think this one's a little bit better, at least for me. I would love to hear what you think about these skin tints. Have you tried either one of these? Have you had an opposite experience? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Maybe I should mix them together. What? Okay. What was I saying? Huh? I'm distracted today. Okay. I am, in fact, going to continue wearing both of these today. I just know that I don't have time for a full wear test. And I have some exciting non-work things to do today. So I am just going to try my best to focus on enjoying that and not worry about rushing around thinking about a wear test, because I'm going to meet my friend's new baby. And that is really important and special and kind of a once in a lifetime magical. And I know I'm going to have to fend off my husband because he loves a baby. Okay, he's more of a baby person than I am. And I love a baby. I'm not like a kid hater by any means. But my husband loves a baby. I guarantee you it'll be a few minutes in and he will be stealing that baby right out of my arms. I can guarantee it. Which is honestly so sweet. My spouse is a super dad, super uncle. He's the best. He's always been a very hands-on parent, which I love. That's one of the reasons I knew that I wanted to marry him, because I knew he'd be such a good dad. Is that like TMI? But for anybody, if you are considering, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you know you want to have kids, definitely take that into consideration. Or don't, whatever. Don't listen to me. I don't even know you. Do whatever you want. I need to put some earrings in. I need to put some blush on. And I need to put some lip gloss on. And then I'm just rocking and rolling like this. The baby's not gonna care. All right. I gotta go finish my meal prepping that I'm doing for my friend. Whenever you visit somebody with a new baby, bring them food. 10 out of 10. Recommend. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. And don't forget to put your SPF on your ears. And remember that you are cool and special. And you're a little treasure. And everybody should treat you like you are. And I love your face so much. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye!